Is that right?
That's exactly right. There's $675 billion per year that's on the table that can go out to localities. And we want to make sure that your locality...
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
When I say black, y'all say Wall Street. Black
Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. When I say black, y'all say Wall Street. Black.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
Greetings.
Welcome to the 77th edition of Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. We are super excited to share with you all today. Our show is brought to you by the COO team and Mrs. Lori Ruffin with a focus on business continuity planning. Please visit the COOteam.com for more information and resources that you can utilize within your business to strategize for times like these. Show is also sponsored by Apex Financial Group of Virginia for all your estate planning needs, as well as Milestone Mental Health Agency. I do want to share a few COVID-19 resources, just an update here. A newly minted Hampton Roads chapter of the Local Initiatives Support Corporation, or LISC, has partnered with Verizon to provide $10,000 grants. The first round of grants will actually be awarded by April the 14th, and applications are now being accepted. Please visit www.lisc.org/COVID-19 for more information. And also, SBA has updated their loan program to include a $10,000 loan advance grant. It's a very simple application. Monies do not have to be repaid, and they are awarded on an emergency basis, which means 3 days of the date of the acceptance of the application, those monies have to be issued regardless to whether the company qualifies for an actual loan. Yes, I couldn't believe it myself. A $10,000 grant is now being awarded by the SBA, and you can get more information by visiting their website. Our third resource is our first show guest, and I'm so excited to have this young lady on our show. Diane Lee is the founder and president of Lee Tax. She's an expert in the tax law field. She went to work for Computer Tax, a Norfolk-based tax and bookkeeping firm, after finishing her business degree. After completing an extensive tax law course, of which she finished first in the class, she went to work for a Fortune 500 company, Liberty Tax. After almost 20 years in the tax business and with a spirit of giving back, she founded Lee Tax. Lee Tax started out as a company based on helping to serve her local community, all 7 cities of the Hampton Roads area. Diane believes in contributing to the Hampton Roads community by way of giving her talents, counting, and analyzing. Lee Tax gives to each person that utilizes the company's service an equal chance to get back every cent that is deserved for a rate that would potentially put Fortune 500 companies out of business. And we're going to be talking more about that. Diane, welcome to the show. How are you?
Just fine. Thank you, Blair, for giving me the opportunity.
No, thank you so much for the work that you do for our community. I've got to ask you this pressing question.
Yes.
Is the government still issuing tax refunds at the moment?
Yes, ma'am, they are.
Okay. Wow.
and you should file your taxes now if you do a refund. But if you have to pay, I would advise you just wait for July the 15th.
Okay. So if you do a refund, go ahead and file now.
Go ahead and get your money now. Yes, ma'am. Everybody needs their money now.
But if you owe, wait until July 15th. So there's been an extension.
And you will not be penalized.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, that's good news to know right out of the gate. So I know that your specialty, anyone that's seen you around Hampton Roads knows that you are the back tax surgeon. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Well, I came up with that name myself, and everybody around the community, they see my lab coat a lot of times on, and they giggle, but they always remember I specialize in the old taxes that have already been filed. A lot of people are not aware that you can go back 3 years. Like right now, 2016 is getting ready to expire April the 15th. I can go back, look over that tax return, if you missed any legal tax laws that you wasn't aware that you qualified for. They have to be a legal law. I ask a lot of questions to make sure you qualify. We send it off to IRS, and they have to pay you plus interest because it's that tax money. It is your money.
Wow. And I know
they have to pay interest.
Pay you plus interest. I'm taking some notes here.
Yes.
Okay. I know you've been having a lot of success in terms of helping people to recover these monies. And there's a specific figure that you talk about in terms of how much money that the government is sitting on. Can you share that number with us?
Well, and this is when people really start realizing what I did was not a scam, because at first, people had never heard of it. They're like, oh, that sounds too good to be true. But let me say this about the scam right away. When I find clients' money, I never make a dime until after they get their check in their hand. If they don't get a check, neither do I. So there's never any money to be had to be paid. They pay me out of the Uncle Sam money they get. But yes, the Motley Fool is a financial and investment advisory publication. The Motley Fool, people can look it up. FOOL. Mm-hmm. They put out an article last year in it read, the IRS is sitting on $1.1 billion in unclaimed tax money. Unclaimed. And the article goes to say, and some of it might be yours. And I always add a line, and your sisters, your brothers, your friends, and your family all over the world, as long as they're United States citizens, they can qualify. Yes.
Wow. Amazing. And so, and I had the privilege of having known you for a couple of years, and I've heard a lot about your successes. Talk to us a little bit about some of the success stories.
Well, I always tell people, I don't guarantee to find anything, but we're going to diligently look. And my average fine, Blair, is $6,000. That's, everybody don't find that. Don't find it for everyone. But that is my average. And I have to brag about this one figure that I found, a gentleman. I probably won't find it again, but I'm always brag about it. I found this one gentleman, $16,301 he had missed.
Wow. Wait, how much?
He was astonished, and so was I.
How much?
$16,301. He moved from Virginia Beach and bought a house with that money. He put down payment in Florida. Yes, it can be done. I don't promise to find that, but I'm looking for everything that you're deserving of through tax laws.
Yeah. I love it. So what is the process exactly? First of all, how do we contact you if we're interested in having our last 3 years of taxes reviewed?
My phone number is 757-310-4040. That's 757-310-4040.
310-4040. Okay. And let me ask you this question. Do you review personal as well as business taxes?
Yes, ma'am, I do. And I do corporate taxes. I do church taxes. I do them all. I'm licensed to do all 50 states, so it doesn't matter where people live. Most of my clients email me from different states.
Wow.
Yeah, because I pay one of the highest referral fees in the area. So people, they'll gladly send me people to make money.
Yeah, and I know you've done some creative things in terms of, well, maybe at the present time this might violate some of the social distancing guidelines, but I've heard that you've actually kind of brought people together in a little bit of a party to make this happen. Can you talk to us a little bit about the tax parties that you host?
Well, my company does a lot of things. We're focused on bringing this money back from Washington into the hands of the local community. Sure. And especially right now where people are socially distancing and financially hurt sitting in the house, everyone should get a free review. I have parties where people host review parties. And they don't have to, and of the climate right now with the pandemic, they do not have to come out. They can just make a list of all their family, friends, loved ones, church members, anyone they want to help to take a look and see, because it's free to see.
Amazing. I've been in several rooms with you, when you've kind of got out to give your elevator spiel, so to speak. And there's always one or two people in the room that can attest to the fact that not only did you help them to recover funds, but that they didn't go to jail as a result of it. You didn't go to jail. I mean, that this is a real thing, that this money literally is sitting there unclaimed, and that we do have rights to it. People are starting businesses, and you think about the times that we're living in now. You know, what a resource to know that I can contact Diane, she can review my taxes, and that can potentially pay our mortgage for a couple of months while we're staying home, you know, to minimize the spreading effect. I mean, this is incredible.
And making money for helping other people. I pay I pay probably one of the highest referral fees around. Yes, I do. And I'm hiring right now for ambassadors.
Okay.
Keep it in mind, give me a call, everyone.
Hiring for ambassadors. What is that role exactly?
Well, actually, it's all over the country. I'll get on a plane and fly to different events and recruit people. And I just tell them about my program and have them help other people that they know. And every time you help someone, I reward you. And you can do that all day long. I do this all year round. That my busiest time is not right now. My busiest time is summertime. I get on planes and I just go across the country, letting people know it's not over. Get that old tax return out. Let's look it over.
And I remember, I think you told me that tax returns can be reviewed and resubmitted more than once.
If you find another legal tax law, let's do it again. Let's do it again. But usually when I talk to people, I find every tax law is available right then and there.
First go around.
To do it again. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like your goal is to really build out some support and kind of grow this concept so that we can bring those dollars back into the community. Again, can you let us know how you can be reached if someone is interested in either having you to review their taxes or coming on board as an ambassador?
They can reach me at 757-310-4040. 757-310-4040.
I love it. What else would you like to share?
Well, I'm trying to get traction in the community. Like I said before, most people have never heard of being able to go over your taxes again. Most people tell me, I have a tax person. She's already done my taxes. I'm good. I said, well, you might not be as good as you think. Let's just look it over. There's no charge. It's free to see. Let's see. And they'll do it. But I have to convince them because they've never heard of it. And I'll say this, Blair, I'm so glad I came to the gala this year. And you remember the young lady, you wasn't in there, the young lady on the panel, she testified. She said someone told her about money and she found money. She said, so it's real. It's not a scam. Everybody just started laughing because she's some kind of star on a hip-hop show or something.
Oh, you're
somebody named Red.
You, Carly, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And and everybody started coming over to my table signing up.
Wow.
Oh, and I just thought about one thing. I'm glad you gave me a chance there.
Sure.
I'm giving away $1,000 at the end of the season. But they can call that phone number I just gave and just text $1,000 raffle. And we'll talk later. But I know they're automatically entered. Yes.
Let me ask you this question. I like the $1,000 raffle.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the most common things? I know this is giving away trade secrets, but what are some of the most common things that people either overlook or underestimate when it comes to either doing their taxes or having someone else to prepare their taxes?
Well, just because it's you, Blair, because I usually don't give away the store. But I give you this one area because you deal with a lot of businesses and you help a lot of businesses. So I give you this one big caveat that people are missing. Knowledge. It's simple as that. People underestimate how much they drive to make a dollar bill. They go to the store, they go to buy supplies, they go to meet their clients, they go to networking events, and they don't count any of that. That's one of the biggest ones.
Mileage.
The mileage. The mileage you drive to make mileage, the mileage you drive to make your business run. If we don't sit in the office all day, most of us.
Right.
You see me all around town. I'm everywhere, and I had to drive. So I got my little piece of paper counting out all my miles. It adds up at the end, Blair. It really, really adds up. And when I tell people that, I can look at a tax return because I've been doing them so long. I said, I know the type of business you have. You drove more than that. Well, I was just kind of guessing. I said, go look at your odometer and let's get some real miles. And they were like, oh, thank you, Miss Lee. Thank you. I couldn't believe how much of a difference it made.
Yeah. And so do you recommend, we just have a couple of minutes remaining, do you recommend that people, because I know that there are the mileage journals that you can get and kind of keep them in your car and record your mileage on a daily basis. Do you recommend that?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do. But if you happen to have not started that ritual yet, you can take a good guesstimate. Go look at your
pretty much figure it out. Based
you
on
can
your
look at your
planner
book and know where you went. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I love it. We got about a minute left. Can you give me another one?
Well, I think I might have said this before, but I want to reiterate it. This is back tax money. It's your money. They have to pay you interest on your money that I find you. They have to. I had a young lady in my office say, Miss Lee, you penalized the IRS. I never heard of that. I said, I'm going to use that. But actually, it's just like a bank. Your money's sitting in the bank, and they have to pay you interest. The IRS has to pay you interest, too, because I make sure you qualify for that legal law. Because I don't want to send it away. You won't get in trouble, but I won't make any money, and you won't get any money. So I make sure I turn every stone over to make sure you qualify and it's a legal law for your family before we send it off.
I got it. Okay,
yes,
let's go ahead and wrap up. If you would, once more, just reiterate for us how it is that you can be reached. I mean, and I assume that, you know, you can potentially meet people this week. I mean, I know a lot of people are crisis. They really need, they really need their money.
And we can do it over the internet.
Oh, nice. So it's not a kind of thing where we have to potentially get out
don't
here
even have to come out.
Closed. It can be done remotely.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's
absolutely
beautiful, Diane. All right. Give us the digits one more time.
Oh, at me tax at Yahoo. I'm giving you my email. Well, I may as well. At me tax at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And my intern's on maternity leave right now, but my website will be at thetax.com.
Okay.
So look for me in the future. Coming up soon.
But for now,
for
now, we can call you, 757-310-4040. Doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. I like to bring that up because
I have a client in Kuwait.
Okay.
I have a client in Kuwait, so we can do this.
Our podcast is being listened to all around the world at this point. So you can reach out to Diane Lee, 757-310-4040. Get those back taxes evaluated by a professional. You look like the last 3 years, there could be some COVID-19 money. You know, the government is holding some additional monies. We know that they have said that they're gonna with the stimulus package, we're gonna get, you know, some things, but there could be some additional things there for us too.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Diane, thank you so much.
Thank you, Blair, for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for this resource. I look forward to having you back on the show in the future for sure. And we'll be back in just a moment with Money Talk.
Thank you.
Excellence is being able to perform at a high level for a long period of time.
The next level success is just a step away. Stay tuned. Black Wall Street Today will be right back after a word from our underwriting sponsors.
When the conversation is good and the friends are even better, you'll find a wine that brings it all together. Shoe Crazy Wine. Remember that name. Shoe Crazy Wine. Available at Costco, Kroger, and these other fine retailers.
We know you love jazz music, so let's try some jazz music with a little R&B flavor. Baby, baby, I'm falling in love. You got me falling in love. You made me fall in love. What about some jazz music with a little trap flavor. Jazz and Caribbean. Hey, we mix it up. So, online, look for Grandpa Crunk and enjoy the great jazz music. Grandpa Crunk. Jazz music.
Peace. I'm your brother Crunk. I have a new podcast called Snatched. Sorry.
You're about to get snatched.
It's the best of my YouTube channel, From TV.
You're listening to the Snatched podcast.
In audio mastered format.
Snatch and run!
On Blueberry, Android, the Edgy Podcast, Stitcher, Digital Podcast, and Speaker.
Ever experienced what snatching is like?
And now, more Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham on Smooth 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome back to the 77th edition of Black Wall Street Today. I'm super excited to have a census update. Sharing with us is Ms. Gaylene Kanoyton. She's the founder of Celebrate Healthcare, a healthcare advocacy, outreach, and education agency. Gaylene has guided Celebrate Healthcare in its partnership with local agencies and organizations to include organizing over 100 healthcare enrollment festivals, or Enroll Fest, and educating vulnerable populations on the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid expansion. To date, at least 15,000 people have been reached and over 7,000 people were enrolled in the Affordable Care Marketplace. Gaylene has successfully educated individuals and groups on Medicaid expansion, as well as the importance of voting in not just national elections, but local and state elections. Gaylene also owns Gaylene LLC, a public affairs management and marketing agency. Gaylene is active in the community and serves on the boards of several state and local organizations. She joins us today as a gubernatorial appointee to the Virginia Complete Count Commission, again to talk with us about the census. Welcome, Gaylene. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I hope you're well, too.
Yes, I know you're no stranger to 88.1. Talk to us a little bit, though, about how the census started. This is pretty fascinating.
So in 1790, the census started, and it helped to help health providers predict spread of diseases through communities of children and elderly people. Wow. And it also, it's really, it really pertains to the day. And also, it helps rescuers to know how many people would need their help, and what the financial risk was, and what things were needed, and where to go. So that's why the census really started back in 1790. And so every 10 years since then, the census has been conducted.
So it's a matter of planning, it sounds like. Planning, public safety.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing about the census is a couple things that it does. The data collected from the census will determine how many congressional seats Virginia gets in the U.S. House of Representatives, how many state and congressional legislative districts are redrawn, so it helps redistricting, how much federal funding is allocated to communities for vital programs like education, housing, transportation, health care, Medicaid, SNAP. It just helps with a little bit of everything. Your community can lose an estimated of $20,000 in federal funding for each person who goes uncounted in the 2020 census. And today is Census Day.
I'm going to ask everyone to go on that number again. Community can lose how much per person?
$20,000 in federal funding your local community could lose for people who go uncounted. That's $2,000 a year. That equates times 10 years. It's $20,000 per person.
Wow. And that's great. It's April 1st. Today is Census Day.
Today is Census Day, and the government has extended the count until August the 14th. People can go on 2020census.gov, and you can go online now, and you can get counted and do your survey. If you don't have a code, you should have received the mail. But if you haven't received the code or your code doesn't work, you can still do the survey, because underneath the code there is a link that says you can sign on without the code. And so we need everyone to really go online to get counted.
And what is that online process? I mean, is it pretty straightforward?
It's very straightforward. I mean, it's very easy. It doesn't take long at all. And they're going to ask, certain questions about your income and they're going to ask how many people are in your household. Now, this is important. As of today, whoever, we usually say, where your head is today is where you get counted.
Got it.
So typically, if you have a college student, that college student should be counted. The college students should do the census on their own because they will use the resources in that city if they go to school away. They'll use the resources in that city, so they should get counted there. If they're in the military and they're abroad, it used to be that you'd be able to get counted in your household, your personal household. Now, the person who is abroad, the military person is abroad, they get counted where they are stationed. So not in their household. So that's something that's new that they just did. But it's important that if you have your baby today, is born today, then you count that child.
Got it.
Because you realize that, that child is in your household, but if that baby is born today, it should be counted as part of your household as well. And so we need everyone to go on the 2020census.gov and go online. And it's really important for businesses. Okay. And why it's important for businesses is because the data provides the basis for distributing grants for economic development and informed business decisions such as local business expansion, create projections of growth, and it helps you identify prime locations to open new operations or shut down your old ones. But also, it helps businesses with determining to open new stores and new businesses and expand operations and what to put on their shelves. So this data that the census put out helps businesses on what direction they need to go, what strategy they need to use.
Interesting. I have to ask you this question, Gaylene. I know that, look, and this is off script, I know that there's just a general sense of mistrust in the Black community, that we are considered an especially vulnerable community as it relates to the census piece. I know that there are additional meetings that are held in terms of making sure that we get counted. Can you just speak to that for someone that might be listening that's kind of like, I'm not doing the census this year? Why, first of all, why is that mistrust there? And then what would you say to somebody to kind of push them over the side of, no, you need to go ahead and get counted?
Well, this is the reason why the census was hiring so many people that lived in their community to be that trusted voice. That's why many of us are on the state board commission, so that we can talk to people in our community as well. And the distrust, now look at the distrust in terms of what's going on the web and what the fraud that's going on or whatever. So you have that mistrust that's there. But the federal government has Title 13, and the census fall under Title 13, which means all information is confidential. And so you're going to say, well, look, they broke into, whether it's elections or something else or whatever, they have scandals over the web, so how is my information still going to be protected? Well, they have extra things put in place to make sure your information is protected. And in our African-American community, African-Americans are underrepresented. This is a civil rights issue. We're underrepresented. So it's important that we're counted, to get resources into our community, to make sure we get the right people to represent us, in terms of, congressional lines and your state district, your state lines, but, your Senate and delegate lines.
Can I ask you just to break that piece down even further? When you say we're underrepresented, you mean what specifically?
So, in terms of when the lines were drawn, depending on who was in control of drawing the lines, then it would go in their favor. And so many times, you will get representation from people who didn't really have your best interest at hand. Now, the lines have been drawn on the state and Senate level, with delegate and Senate level, has been redrawn. And so for the most part, a lot of the districts are in favor of the underrepresented by you seeing the laws being passed.
Got it.
On this last election. So that's really important. You see Medicaid was expanded. You've seen a lot of different things happen as a result of the changes, and why it's important to go and vote. But also, it's also important for Medicaid, SNAP, all of the services that we need to have in our community. And so that's why another reason why you need. So you got to say, what's important to me? So when you talk to people, you ask, what services are important to you? It's public works. I mean, it's everything. It's your education. It's everything. And so you have to put it down. What services do I use? And we need to have those services funded. Right now, what we're going through with this pandemic, healthcare is very important. That's number one. You know, and then also you got to have your unemployment benefits. So the census helps with funding for all of this, for all of these initiatives.
Interesting, Gaylene. April 1st, Census Day. Let me get the website again, 2020census.gov. Is that right?
Right. That's it. Or you can go online. You can do it online. You can go by phone, or you can do it by mail. Everyone should be mailed a survey. It should be coming shortly. But let me just say this.
Yeah.
You have to make sure it's legitimate, because you're still going to have some people out here, some organizations that might send something out to make it look like it's a census survey, and it's not.
Oh,
we
wow.
had an organization called American Families or something that sent something out about a month ago that made it look like it was a census form, and it wasn't. So you want to make sure that you read it thoroughly, and you make sure that it is a official census document. When you go online, make sure that the website is 2020census.gov.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so
real
essentially,
important.
if the document does not have that website on there, 2020census.gov, it probably is not the legitimate census document. Would you say that?
Well, you'll have the CO should be on there, but it'll have official information on there where you should be able to tell. And if you question it, then you should call. You call the 800 number that's on the that's on the document. You can call. Actually, the number is we're here in Virginia. You can call 804-786-2211. That's 804-786-2211. You can actually call that number. Now, if you see any shenanigans, please report it. You can report it to your local authorities, or you can report it to either by calling, or you can go online and you can report it on 2020census.gov. But it's real important that you report any shenanigans that you see that's going on.
Wow. This is huge. The documents that I've been receiving are blue in color, so that's something to look for. They're not white documents. They're blue, right?
Right. And they have different colors. They have some different colors, but mostly it's blue. Yeah, mostly all the colors are blue.
Yeah.
And it'll say it. And it'll say it's blue and white is what you'll see. Blue and white. And at the top of it, it will have, because I have one right here, it'll have 2020 census. It'll have the address, Washington, D.C., and it just says the resident. It should not have your name on it.
Right.
It should say to resident at the address. If you see your name on it, that's another sign that you send. And then at the end of it, they also have an 844-468-2020 number, 844-468-2020. So you can call the Virginia number, or you can call the 844-468-2020 number. So there's several ways that you can call to make sure it's legitimate. You can actually do your survey over the phone, mail it in, or you can do it online. But we are asking everyone to do this as soon as possible, especially when everyone, we're practicing the social distancing, stay at home clause now that's going on. So this is the time to do it.
Fewer the people that need to actually go from door to door, essentially. Is that right?
That's exactly right. There's $675 billion per year that's on the table that can go out to localities. And we want to make sure that your locality, Hampton Roads, your city, whatever city or town you live in the country, that you get the adequate, your locality get the adequate funding that's needed for the services that you use on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Gaylene, this has been dynamic. We have to have you back on, because I've got more questions I want to ask you just on this topic.
I'll be happy to come back on. I just want to make sure that everybody understands the importance and encourage their family, friends, neighbors, and count whoever is in your household today. It needs to be counted. If they are,
this is asking for any sensitive information. Is it just asking for income and the number of people there? Is it asking for name and all of that information too, or no?
For the most part, it's just going to ask you, who's going to be in your household. Now, let me just say this.
Okay.
You might
gotta
have
wrap up.
situations. Oh, okay. Well, I have to come back on.
I have that. Yes. We'll talk more. We'll talk more. 2020 census.gov. Pay attention, folks. This is a huge piece for us in terms of the funding. Gaylene, I want to thank you, and I also want to thank our sponsors for today: the COO team, Apex Financial Group of Virginia, Milestone Mental Health Agency. I do want to encourage you to that LISC information, lisc.org/COVID-19. There are grants available for business owners, as well as that Small Business Administration $10,000 loan advance grant. Again, just Google it. The information is there. Thank you all so much for tuning into Black Wall Street today. Again, to our awesome guests, Gaylene Kanoyton and Diane Lee. Thank you again. We are building minds, we're building connections, and forging the path ahead toward business success in the Black community. We look forward to talking next week.
Hey, this is Seko, DJ Seko Varner, the producer of this podcast. So when I'm not producing podcasts, I'm actually DJing wedding receptions, corporate events, proms, other formals, and I would love to take care of your special event. So our company is Positive Vibes Incorporated, www.positivevibes.net. That's www.positivevibes.net. We've been performing for over 25 years, and we would love to bring our expertise and our fun to your special event. Positive Vibes Incorporated, www.positivevibes.net. Peace and prosperity.
Are you a 757 business owner? Do you desire to make new connections and grow your community involvement? Could you benefit from taking classes to sharpen your skills? Well, join Black Brand, Hampton Roads Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. Completing a membership application is simple. Just click onto our website at www.blackbrand.biz or download the app. We look forward to meeting and building with you soon. WHOV would like to thank Black Brand for its support of WHOV programming.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said, and I will continue to say, that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party. Phenomenal.
Hey, yo, when I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say Black, you say Wall Street. Black. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Phenomenal.